All right, the Elite Age Player Assessment was created to give parents and athletes an opportunity to really take control of their development. So, if we're going through this assessment, I got four kind of categories here at the bottom, or four tabs at the bottom. We have one for skaters, one for goalies. We have a summary tab and our reference tab. I'll quickly go through this as quickly as I can, but it is pretty detailed. So at the top kind of has your instructions. All the scaling is done from 1 to 10 for the assessment. So you have your categories, your skill categories. For skater, I have skating, puck skills, hockey sense, compete, team play, coachability. And each one of these categories has 3 subcategories, kind of a detailed explanation of exactly what each skill is. Then you have your assessment, 1 through 10, an opportunity to create some notes for players or athletes. A priority tab, whether it's a low, medium, or high priority. And then you have an opportunity for a couple more assessments, maybe a mid-season and a late season before playoff assessment as well. So goalie assessment tracks the exact same, and the goalies have skating and movement, save execution, puck play, reading the game, compete, mental game, and coachability. So if I go through the assessment, I'll just do kind of a quick little rundown. So what I like about this is really a great exercise for you, for a parent to sit down with your athlete, have the parent assess the athlete and have the athlete assess themselves, like a self-assessment. Sit down after your assessment, compare your assessments, see, are we aligned in our assessment, or is there some things that aren't aligning? How can we get better alignment? Things like that. So really good exercise, again, to take a little bit of control and accountability with the athlete's development. So if I go through skating, acceleration, first 3 steps, does a player explode into races, create separation early? Let's say we rank this player a 6 out of 10. Edge, control, and balance, maintains posture, balance, and control through tight turns and in contact. So this is an important one. Do they maintain control of the puck through traffic, tight areas, hard areas, net front areas? Can they, win battles through the puck when they're getting pushed around, things like that? Maybe they don't have the strength right now. They seem to lose those battles more often than not. Can't create opportunities under duress. Stride efficiency, moves efficiently with strong skating mechanics over repeated reps. Let's say, yes, you know what? Strong skater, very smooth skater. You can kind of see it's starting to auto-populate, again, the colors on where we're assessing high and where we're assessing low. Opportunity to leave notes in these areas. And then your priority categories. So explodes and races, acceleration, we're 6 out of 10. Maybe we say this is a medium priority right now. Maintaining, possession of the puck through contact. We're just going to say, we can't maintain control of our body through contact. So this is going to be a bit of a high priority for us. Moves efficiently, strong mechanics, overall reps. This is obviously a low priority for us. We think our stride mechanics are excellent. So you can kind of start to see where things are going already. So this is an opportunity to go, okay, we have, like, when I'm sitting down with a parent, I'm sitting down with a coach, or I have my athlete sitting down with a coach. We can identify these areas like, hey, we think, I have trouble maintaining balance and control through my tight turns. And just in the game in general through contact. This is something that I want to work on, especially, under pressure, under duress. So, again, same thing, like we have the passing, receiving, under pressure, things like that. So if these categories, if we're ranking low in these categories, this is probably something that we really want to focus in on, especially even in the off season. So if we assess ourselves at the end of the season and we say, hey, this is a priority for us, if we're on the ice with our skill development coaches or our power skating coaches, and we're just dangling, cones or different apparatuses on the ice, and we're not working on anything under pressure, this is probably not, we're going to continue to rank low in these assessments. So this is what coaches at the elite level, this is the detail that they're assessing things. These are high, especially some of these high priority ones that you can calculate. So we got to make sure that this is an easy way to take control and take some ownership of what's happening in the athlete's development. Where are we actually working on these things, these high priority things as we go on? So it gives you opportunities in this Google Doc to assess 3 times over the course of the season, or 3 times over the course of the off season, whichever you want to do. Goalie assessment looks exactly the same. Under our summary tab, so if I look here, our assessment right now for assessment 1, a value out of 10. So this is where a 5 out of 10. So if I go back to our player assessment, what that means is these numbers that we've already inputted, we're averaging a 5 out of 10 in our kind of first snapshot. So we've also done 4 out of 18 categories. So that's here, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of our 18 assessments. So it just kind of shows you exactly where you are. You have your kind of mid-season, late season, or you can do this in the off season as well. Same for goalies, just kind of gives you a visual of where you're tracking. Our reference tab just has a reference on everything, the scoring, what they means, right? Like a 1 needs significant improvement, 2 to 3 below expectations, all the way up to 8, 9, 10 for strong, above expectations, and elite and consistent impact. The meaning of our priorities, high, medium, low, and then just our dashboard summary on our scoring, your completed and high priority items. So again, you look in our high priorities, it says right now we have 2 very high priorities. So if we go back to our player assessment, that will be both our edge control, balance under duress, and then same thing, our shooting, our passing and receiving under pressure, under duress as well. So 2 high priorities. As we go through, we're hoping to see later on in the season if we're controlling these things, and we've taken control. We've talked to the coach, we've talked to our player. These are things that we want to hone into. What we're hoping for is we're hoping to see improvement in these areas as the season progresses, as the season moves on. This is exactly kind of what we're looking for. It gives you an opportunity to kind of track and summarize things as you go through. Again, kind of an end of season self-reflection as well. You can put some notes in here. And again, just keeping track of development. Maybe this is a high priority, so we want to make sure, we speak to coach next week, or whatever the case may be. Again, gives you opportunities to kind of track what's going on, make sure, and maybe this is an opportunity for the player to also sit down with the coach and see if things are aligning. Like maybe the coach doesn't agree with some of the assessment, or maybe some things aren't aligning with the coach themselves. This is a way to get some alignment. So again, what I love about this is sitting down as a parent and an athlete, going through, let the athlete do a self-evaluation, and then let the parent do an evaluation and see where we're aligning as we go through this. So again, just really helps take control of the development over the course of the season and in the off season. So great tool to be able to do that.